Hey, welcome to another episode of Backwoods Brothers. I'm with my man
Tony.
And I am Joel, and we got another great episode for you today. We are talking about
Everything.
Well, yeah, but definitely
There's a lot going on, bro.
Oh, there's a ton going on.
You know what's going on?
What's that?
A couple of things.
A couple things.
Martha Vineyards.
Martha
Vineyards is filled with capacity.
You mean the Hypocrite sanctuary, right?
No, it's filled with capacity. You have 50 new people on the island, and the island just implodes.
It's a national disaster, right?
It's a national disaster. But can I give you like some smaller news before that? Hey, first of all, welcome viewers, and you want to interact with us because we are talking about Martha's Vineyard. Mm-hmm. We're also talking about something that's going on in Denver. You guys, I ran across this article, brother. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to summarize because I'm not going to read it because I'm on a roll. But in Denver, Colorado, the city council got together and decided they wanted to open up some type of helps for the homeless crisis down there. Because this is happening all over America, but it's happening here as well. And so their solution was to give $1,000 a month to a homeless person or persons. But there's some stipulations with this $1,000 a month. First of all, it's for women. It's for families, but it's mainly geared, and I want to make sure I get that right.
Let me ask you a question. What if you identify as a woman?
If you identify, well, you actually fit within this.
Really?
If you're non-conforming, or there's individuals that have transgender or gender non-conforming individuals, according to the press release issued by the city last week. So if you're a woman, if you are non-conforming, gender-specific, transgender, and women, you are eligible for this.
Oh, so you're eligible for help as long as you fit into the smallest category possible.
Right, and there's only 140. So the interesting part, here's the caveat to this. Statistically, men are about 70% of the homeless population. So I don't know what happens to all the men that don't get it, but they need to specify that a little bit more because it looks like they're this is not an equity. Well,
you know me, I'm
issue.
not about handing out money, first of all.
Right.
If you can and you have the capability to earn money, you better get your butt out there and you better get a job. Now, if you're in one of the categories that you're severely handicapped, and I say severely because there's people that are partially handicapped that can still work and do just fine. Mm-hmm. But if you are severely handicapped, then fine. We can help take care of you.
Yes.
If you're in a short period of hardship, meaning that you just lost your house because, I don't know, like a fire or something like that. Okay? Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Or you have like, I don't know, I can't think of like a bad thing. You lost your job and you have trouble finding one for a short period of time.
Right.
Short periods. Makes sense.
Short periods.
Or
people fall in there
or disabled.
Or disabled.
Yeah.
But you just mentioned a certain degree of disability. Which is, kind of hard to gauge.
And it's a gray zone.
It's a gray zone, but leave it up to the experts. So far, they do it.
But yeah, I mean, there's that and that. I mean, if you can work, get out and do the job. Yeah. I think very much you should be earning your money. And if for some reason you're in a weird scenario, I know people that are good people that are in weird scenarios where they're considered disabled, like maybe their back is bad. Yeah. To the point where they can't actually get a labor job because no one's going to hire them, or the doctor's like, yeah, if you get that, you're going to paralyze yourself or something. Yeah. But yet they're still capable of do other things. And so if you can't do a full-time job, or if you can't get other part-time job, maybe lacking skills, do something to serve the community in the meantime.
Oh, yes.
Volunteer to read books for kids if you can't do much. Yeah. Something. Yeah. Give back.
But this is what the city council come to a decision on to help the population. I wonder, what do you think? And it's not an equity. I'm talking equity. Well, it doesn't feel like an equity issue. It feels like an equity issue.
That's not the name of the game anymore. It's about something else. It's about giving the people money so they'll vote for you. Yep.
Are you getting somewhere with that one? Yes, you are. Yes,
buy the voters, right?
Right.
With government money, by the way.
Right. But I encourage you to go look into that a little bit further, viewers, because there's more to the story.
I'm sure there's tons more to that story.
Yeah.
So $2 million. That's $2 million. I don't know about you, but $2 million is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, but $1,000 a month ain't that much.
Well, that's true. Especially with inflation, that's like $200 a month.
Yes.
By the way, hey Jim, hey Jeremy, hey Brandy, hey Jay, hey Larry. apparently Backwoods Brothers, that's us commenting to ourselves.
Hi!
Shelby, Jim Moriarty, Edom, and a bunch of people I'm sure I missed. Hey, welcome to the show, guys.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Yeah, but I would say Jason says liberal hypocrisy at his best.
We're about to get to that, actually, because there's a lot to say.
Well, I mean, we're talking about one major story that talks about it, but dang, I mean, liberal hypocrisy just kind of goes from the very beginning, considering, we can go all the way back to where they're the ones that actually started and ran the KKK. And look up today. So, we won't go that far. We won't go that far.
You're to get me on another roll here. Speaking of roll.
Oh, yeah. Our newest addition to the show. I'm going to see if I can get this off the show, people.
Okay, he's going to actually take it off the wall.
I'm going to see if I can get it off here.
It's off the wall.
Be careful, Joel. Don't ruin it.
I know. I ruin this. I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Which one? Yeah, that one. It's behind here. Okay. It's Joe Biden toilet paper.
Yes.
And there you go.
The sticker.
Oh wait. All right. It says.
So he's got to play the screen there. What
Joe
does it
Biden
say?
toilet paper. When you need to go, choose Joe. There you go.
When you need to go, choose Joe. Wow. So I'm sure we're going to add to the wall here as
That's when you think
the weeks progress, right?
That's when you think toilet paper couldn't get any more useless.
Well, we can't use that toilet paper. That's something special right there. That's some special ones.
It's special more.
It's special and more. I was trying to get to that too. But yeah. So there you go. Only 7 people staying at a shelter identified as gender non-conforming and 6 identified as trans males. But there are lots more identified as female now that now will identify as male.
Well, like I said, so if today I feel like a woman, can I go get benefits, but tomorrow I'll be back as a man?
Well, that's basically what.
I mean, I'm just asking.
The things that make you go, oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you think that, at least with the government, there'd be some sort of like logic behind the actions and logic behind the things they do.
Yeah.
And let the rest of the world be the illogical part of it. But no, it's like the government gets more and more illogical, where the rest of most of the country started to become more logical about the way they think. And they give you the small section of just like, what the heck? I would use another word there.
So,
okay. So, anyways, so the main story tonight.
Well, before you get to main story, one more thing.
Oh yeah, what you got?
Biden said that COVID's over.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, today, COVID.
There was a walk back though.
COVID is over. He said COVID's over.
Yeah, he said COVID's over.
But for some reason, when I went into the doctor's office today, they still tried to make me wear a mask.
Bring me my because did you see the walk back they had to do?
No,
the White House had to walk back. It was a 60-minute interview.
Okay.
With Biden, and he said, yes, it was over. And, he was referencing people wearing masks. Let's see.
Well, people won't have to wear masks still, apparently.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, it says here, you guys, you could probably comment on this too, but it says the declaration surprised even the president's own senior health officials. He keeps on putting stuff out there to roll back. He goes, many of whom learned about Biden's remarks from tweets and news headlines. The president had not originally planned to make that major news on COVID. It was not a plan, nor had it been discussed it with his health advisors. Because Dr. Fauci got on the next day and go, whoa.
Well, here's the thing is, he didn't get his instructions from his overlords he wandered away from the teleprompter.
Well, he does that, and then they're like, come back.
Howard says it'll be so awkward to use that toilet paper. Jay says, I'm from the government, and I'm here to help. What, help wipe?
Oh my goodness.
Democrats never think with logic, and let's see if COVID is actually over. Well, I don't know. COVID's been over for quite a while. I'm sure the reason why they had to roll back because they want to use it before the election.
Well, they rolled it back a little bit to say that it's over in terms of its threat because we have the medication in place. We have the
you mean
to handle that.
Wait,
this is what his press secretary read, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. You mean the vaccines that don't stop you from getting COVID, don't stop you from getting it, and it doesn't really change if you get sicker or not. Doesn't really stop you from getting sicker. If you have the boosters, you have to take 8 boosters. that basically still don't help you stop from getting it, don't help you stop from giving it, and they don't stop you from getting sick from it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that, again, make you...
Is that the medicine?
That's the medicine. But no, so he had to roll it back. But it's a 60-minute interview. Go watch it. It's as clear as day.
Hey, if you watch,
I was kind of surprised.
You do realize if you watch Biden for too long, you lose brain cells.
We get to go to the bathroom.
He soaks in your brain cells so he can have his next incognitive thought.
No, his cabinet's using him. That guy, they're using that man. Yeah. That's why you have to, bring him back. Bring him back to the plantation. Nursing home. Whatever. No, bring him back. When he gets ahead of himself, they have to bring him back. Yeah, that's what his people try to do.
They got to circle back.
They have to circle back.
How do they circle back now that they don't got the Jen Psaki?
Well, they have another press secretary in place.
Yeah.
Who fits the bill.
So Millie says, appreciate you guys. And
appreciate you.
Jay Simmons says, yes, we will use the... I can't really see because it keeps getting covered up. I think the mouse is in the bottom corner or something on the screen. There it is. Yes, we will use the government-issued recycled toilet paper. Okay. Hey, if they keep devaluing our currency, then
they might be limited to that.
The toilet paper might be more valuable than the money will be. Money will become the next toilet paper.
Yes.
Or if they decide to take it all online, like they're trying to do, screw that.
Oh yes.
Yes, screw that crap.
Anyways. But yeah, no, I'm surprised you didn't even hear about that. It's all over the news, y'all.
In my defense, it has been a busy week.
I hear you.
We've been literally doing interviews since Saturday, Sunday. We got a bunch on Monday, a bunch on Tuesday. I think, did you interview Monday or Tuesday? I think
it's Tuesday.
Tuesday? Yeah, even you were here interviewing yourself.
Some local news here.
Yeah, I had to give my interview a day or two recently ago, and it's...
You got to tell the people, or they think you're interviewing for a job.
No, yes, okay.
What are we talking about?
Hey, you keep telling me.
No, you do it.
Okay, we're doing a video for the Riverside fires. It's a documentary-style video that talks about the fires and everybody's interviews, like you were here talking about your condition, Brandy, Jim. Everybody's been talking about their stuff here on the show, and a whole lot of other people from around the area. So
yeah. So if you're a local Estacadian, we just went through a fire warning, if you will, even though it happens. But we have had 3 years of PTSDing it. Every time we see smoke in the air now, it's like, oh my gosh, call somebody, because we have to find out where it's coming from. Because today, we've had 2 years of this.
Yeah, even today, there was smoke in the air locally here, and everybody's calling, what's going on? What's going on? I feel sorry for the fire department.
Yeah, they got
flooded.
Yes. Well, I went right to the source. You know what I did?
What's that?
I talked to a couple people around town that are in the know, if you know.
Oh, gotcha.
But so these interviews are basically to capture these stories because they're human stories with commonalities between us, which, when things happen like this, fight, flight, freeze, we all had all of those, except the fight possibly. But we had the freeze and we had the flee.
No, the fight was when they actually fought the fire.
That was the fight right there. And won. And won.
They kicked that
Saved our town.
Dude, we heard some stories. I'm so excited for some of the stuff to come out.
Yeah.
And we'll have to get you all the ones you weren't here for all of the raw ones. You're going to love the stories.
I just want to see it when a full thing comes out, you guys. It's going to be good, isn't it? When does it come out?
Well, you get the inside track to some of them.
I know. So when does it come out?
Okay, it'll be released on Wildfire Heroes Day, which is October 15th.
Nice. So October 15th, Wildfire Heroes. Where do we find it, brother?
It'll be on Facebook and YouTube and kind of everywhere. It's the same channels we use now.
Yeah.
And then if we can find more channels to put it out, we will. And if people like it enough and they want a DVD on it, we can burn a DVD for it.
And this is cool because they're real stories happening to real people.
Exactly.
And it's awesome. I can't wait.
Exactly.
You sat through all the interviews, so I'm sure you can pull out common themes in there.
Yes, it's going to be really cool when it's all coming together. And we just finished filming the interviews as of yesterday.
Wow.
And so it's getting ready to be sent out tomorrow to the editor.
Oh, wow.
We're using a third-party editor on this one. It's a lot. There's so much video to go through. There's no way we can do it by ourselves.
Just make sure Hollywood doesn't change it.
Keep it raw. It's not just the interviews that's going to be on there. We have footage and like unseen footage and images and pictures from people that are actually on the line and took snapshots and videos. We're going to be pulling all of that in, plus some other stuff you've seen places. It's all going to come together to show the fire, talk about it and stuff.
Wow. Some people think, oh my goodness, it happened 2 years ago. Why are we still talking about it? You know why? Because a couple of weeks ago we were talking about it as it was looking like it was happening to us again.
Exactly.
So it's always on the front of our minds. So good.
Exactly.
Good encouragement.
A couple comments. Osman says, if you see a doctor with no mask, then yeah, COVID is over. I've seen a lot of those with no masks. Jay Simmons says, 80 grit sandpaper. Okay.
80 grit sandpaper. Ooh, they like that. They like the last story. And the toilet paper.
We're going to put that thing up front. I'm glad that you guys are talking about this topic. And I must have been about toilet paper, I guess.
There's three that we just skipped to. But which one? Specify, because the topic of the homeless or the topic of the COVID issue.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, exactly. Being it over and stuff.
Yeah.
So and then wow, I'm so excited for that. I think I'll meet the video.
The video.
So, yeah,
it's going to come out. So there's some things to look forward to, isn't it, brother?
Yeah, you know what I look forward to?
What?
It's the fact that it's actually election season, and we get to see all these great signs made by a local sign maker called Whitney Signs. One of our friends does that. One of our actually supporters and sponsors. Why don't you take a look at this?
This is the second week in a row that has been slapping doors for Whitney Signs.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
I fixed it last time. I don't know what happened.
So now Whitney Signs is advertising for Slappy. What is it called again? Slappy Dwarfs.
Slappy Dwarfs.
Yes. No. But we had a second go around though.
I am so sorry, Mary. That's the second time that's happened. I fixed it. I know I did. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, who cares?
Yes. So Whitney Signs is the best, you guys. If you're local, you want to. Someone was looking online for a sign shop today, and they were looking for a print on metal. So I didn't know if Whitney Signs does that, but we kind of put your name out there anyway. So there you go.
Okay,
we'll figure that out.
I had a challenge for you, by the way.
What was the challenge?
Okay. Before we get to the main topic, we're going to throw a random challenge in for Tony. You like music?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what you need to do, you need to finish the sentence or the jingle.
Okay.
My baloney has a first name.
It's OFCAR.
Okay. I don't want to grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Give me a break.
Give me a break. Break me up a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Okay, good job. Ready? I got more. The best
part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Almond Joy's got nuts. Miles don't.
Oh, I want some Almond Joy now.
Right? Okay.
I'd like to teach the world to sing.
With perfect harmony, I like to buy a world of Coke, I think, to keep it company.
Okay. I actually didn't know that one when I did it yesterday. Reach out and touch someone.
Graham Bell. Yeah. But I don't know the rest of it.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I haven't heard these ones. If you dare wear short shorts.
Who wears short shorts? Yes.
Therefore, short.
How do you know that? You're younger than Joel. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Yeah.
The magically delicious.
The magically delicious Lucky Charms.
There you go. And last one. Meow 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 meow
Meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow. Or how about this one? All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickled onions on a sesame seed bun. You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
The fact you know that at the top of your head is even crazier.
They just wanted to hear me try to sing, but I've learned to keep it down, y'all. Can't keep it down. Can't blow y'all out.
He's not telling you about the shot collar we just put somewhere.
Oh, sorry. So, guys, maybe you know some jingles to commercials. You might want to put yours out there and see if we know them.
Yes, throw it up on there. If I see it, I'll try to read it.
Yeah.
Someone said, Jay said, pods and lockers for the homeless. Far better than a tent city on sidewalks.
I think Portland is looking into that.
Why would you put the homeless in lockers?
Or pods. You don't. You put them in pods.
Sound like a bad case of high school.
Lockers. Yeah, no, this is a problem. This is a real problem. And not only are we having a homeless crisis, then you add in a border crisis on top of that.
Well, you know, it's not a crisis with the 2 million people coming over, unless you send 50 to Martha's Vineyard. And then, oh my goodness, then it's a crisis.
I'm about to lose my stuff. About to lose my... I mean, we're talking about one of the richest islands.
Oh, someone give us one. Flop, flop, fizz, fizz.
Oh, what a relief it is.
I got one.
Yes!
Brady's got one.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
It's a double mint gum.
Yes! Yes. You're 42, I'm 48.
Ace is the place. Is
the helpful hardware, folks.
Yes. Anyways.
You know that.
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
So, recently, a tragic event has occurred, Tony. Mm-hmm. It was a treasonous act on behalf of a governor. Mm. He loaded up out of the 2 million illegals that have crossed the border, and now around. Out of the 2 million, he loaded 50 onto a bus.
Onto a bus, but a plane.
No, sorry, a plane. An Airbus.
An Airbus. A plane.
Put him on a plane.
Yeah.
And he flew them to one of the nicest places in the United States.
Yep.
To Vineyards, to Martha's Vineyard.
Yep.
What
sanctuary.
It's treasonous, Tony.
Sanctuary cities.
It's a sanctuary city too. Yeah. It's sanctuary for them, not for anyone else.
I want to really know. We want to really know what you think about this one, because they are really trying to nail Governor Sanchez.
They're threatening to. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
They're threatening to charge him with human trafficking.
Charge him with human trafficking? Isn't there other charges and independent
sure
charges?
There is.
Even?
You might know more about those.
Well, I've been posting about it all week. I'm trying to select what I'm going to say about it tonight, because this story scares me, actually. I used to be a Democrat, and I thought we back then were better than this. But evidently, if you're an elitist and you're a Democrat, then and you don't want any part of the lower echelons, you don't want them on your property. So your democratic love everybody, accept everybody, equality for all kind of goes out the window unless when you come to my mansion.
Oh, exactly.
When you come to my mansion, you start disturbing me. What about the least of these?
Red pill, blue pill.
Red pill.
Was it in the right hand or the left hand?
I don't even know.
I don't remember which one I was saying.
But it actually hits me on a human level. On a human level, there's a lot of confusion. I think that the left has really exposed themselves.
I'm sure they have exposed themselves quite a bit over time.
But sending 50 and the National Guard.
Yeah, the National Guard.
And the National Guard. No. We don't even put the National Guard on the border, do we?
No.
But they pulled them off.
They pulled them off.
But oh my gosh, 50 people called for the National Guard to ship them out.
No. They literally called it a humanitarian crisis.
Yes! And
We have more than 50 people living on the streets in Portland.
But, when you have the Obamas and the Oprahs, I'm not saying they have anything directly to do with it. But, there's a lot of, Oprah could give a lot of cars to a lot of people. Especially 50 people on that island. You got a car.
So equitable, if it's so equitable, and it's, they're so into the people, then they have a lot of rooms in those mansions, and they have a lot of space. So let them come sleep on their, there's lots of people that come out there and they can open up the property to them.
And there's some labor, too. There's some labor, too. There's many more opportunities on that island than the crisis that they display. Here's some. This is... So...
They put something really big on there. I can't...
Oh, what's that?
It was too long for me to read. Brandon, go and throw it in the comments. It's good. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they will be traveling from this group is traveling from the elite island of billionaires with holiday mansions, including multi-million-dollar homes owned by the Obamas, owned by also Oprah, to a military base and mainland, escorted by police.
Escorted by police.
Yeah.
Okay. They're okay to let them wander around down by the border, but God help us if they go up there, they have to be escorted by police because totally they're evil people.
Well, yeah, and this gal named Lisa basically said she's a homeless director on the island, and she said on Thursday that the island cannot support the migrants where the median home price is nearly $1 million because it's facing a shortage of affordable housing on the island.
Why don't they just open up their homes? They open up one of those extra homes they got there. There's a little space on there. That's what they want us to do, right?
Lightfoot.
You know what? They have so much money in there, and they want to take the money from the rich and give it to the poor, right? That's what they want to do. That's
right.
They preach up in the Democrats are always preaching and stuff like that. Hey, why don't you take a bunch of that money of everybody sitting there and say, hey, you know what? We'll go ahead and subsidize your housing here on there. We're going to buy everybody a mansion.
Yeah. Well, Miss Mayor from Washington, D.C. had words, too. She sidestepped the questions very well, but she interjected that, the border is more able to handle the influx because they have the resourcing out. So she declared that they could have stayed there, right?
They don't have the resources. The multi-
They've been saying they don't.
Yes, and the multi-hundred millionaires don't have the resources?
Right. They don't. No, not for 50 people that came to the island. And this is, by the way, 50 people. Let me tell you this. They have tourism. They have mass. I think the population's like over, what? It's about 17,000? I think, 17,000. So they have more than enough resources. They have bed and breakfasts that they can stay at. Over 49, I believe 47 homes that are unaccounted or that no one's necessarily occupying.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have more resources on that island.
Yeah, well, here's the thing for you. In the midst of a massive fire where people had lost their homes and the town was evacuated, a group that had, I think at the time, about $300 to $500 in its account, when it started, was able to start something up and feed 15,000 families, I think it was, wasn't it? Did I get that right, Brandy? Anyways, a lot of people.
15,000 families, yes. 15,000
families.
Wow.
In a matter of a couple weeks. And that's families. That's not people. That's families.
Wow.
It was like 500 to 1,000 cars coming in a day or something like that. It's crazy. Anyways, but that little group was able to raise this stuff together from a community that was all ravaged apart at the time because of the fires and evacuated and everything else. Pull that together to feed that many people, but that the people with literally hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank account can't take care of 50 people. That is the most hypocritical. What's the word? Hypocritical. Thank you. Hypocritical thing I've ever seen this side pull off. They pull off a lot of hypocritical crap.
Yeah.
That is probably the top of the charts to not be able to take care of and bless 50 people.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think DeSanchez had a racist agenda by sending those 50 to the island?
Say that again?
Do you think that DeSanchez had a racist agenda?
Oh, of course not. No. What he wanted to do was to get...
Because that's what the media is saying.
Well, yeah. What he wanted to do is say, hey,
media.
You know what? We need you... You're not listening to what we're telling you. that there's an issue down here. So you say that we have the resources, so let's see how you handle 50 people. Take 50 people off our thing. Basically, they flew him up there to say, hey, it's not just, it doesn't just affect us down here, it's going to affect you too. But at the same time, hey, you need to see our problem here. Wake up, let's start talking about this and get it fixed.
Well, after thinking about it, and you guys, Honan, you're probably already talking about this, aren't you?
Yeah, but someone said there were people offering their unused property to be used for temporary housing for the illegals, but was turned down by whoever was in charge. That's what Jay Simmons said.
Wow, Jason. Wow.
Jay Simmons.
Jay Simmons. Jason said that. Wow. They're also saying, guys, that it was a political stunt.
It was part. I mean, there's no deny about that one. That'd be fool to say it wasn't a political stunt. It was a political stunt to get their attention and to show the rest of the country what they're really about.
And so he escalated it a little bit, but strategically escalated it
well,
too. It's in the news now.
What he did was he sent 50 people. He sent it up to a place where they very easily could have been taken care of. And I'm sure I have a feeling he expected.
As Jay was saying, too.
I'm sure he expected them to do what they did, but at the same time probably take care of them. And they will be taken care of. The military's coming in, they're feeding them, they're going to get them dispersed. But in the cases, it was to show not only the hypocrisy of the left and how easily it is, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people on the right that are doing the same thing.
Right.
That wouldn't surprise me because, I mean, it's not just the left that lives there.
It's not just the left that lives there. No.
Yeah, and it's the people that are in those positions that do that. Do
you think it's classism then?
What's that?
Very much
classism. America has all but lost its ability to be called a republic. It's a democratic republic, I think is what we call it. I always get it wrong.
Yeah,
so if I get it wrong, I apologize. John Eater.
Constitutional Republic.
Constitutional Republic. I'm
Constitutional
sorry.
Republic.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Did John change it?
No, he didn't.
Okay, because John's the guru here, but yeah.
No, John is the guru, and I apologize. Shame on me for not getting that right. But we are a constitutional republic, and we've almost not called ourselves that because of the actions of the last couple of years has shown we've become much more of a socialist type of country, closer towards communism. Yeah. So, and just the acts of what happened even it started all the way back in the Obama era, and it's a trend that's really kind of gone back and forth. Where that's with the presidential orders happening over and over and over again, signing those constantly, rather than letting the Congress do their job, they're just executive ordering everything. And you know what? Trump isn't free of that one. He did the same thing, but at least when he did it, he gave opportunities in some cases for the Congress to do their job, and when they wouldn't get through it, he executive ordered it. But honestly, even then, he's even guilty of the same thing. The one person is executive ordering everything, and many times it's illegal. That's why 3/4 of the things that Biden executive ordered got thrown out by courts because it was illegal. But the thing is, in some cases, they're not catching everything, and it's got to go for years sometimes before the courts can get to it to blow it away, and somebody's got to challenge it in court, which costs money and time. So we are no longer acting as a constitutional republic because of they're allowing things to slip. And what needs to happen is there needs to be some solid accountability and transparency on the Hill, and people need to start, getting kicked off that hill. I think it's time we have a serious overturn up there. And I'm talking about not just blue, but I'm talking about red too. I'm talking about both sides of the aisle. There's people up there that are just compromising the way, and they are compromising away our country. Yeah, there needs to be a change out of good people that understand how to take care of things, and yes, have some experience to understand. Experience is important in this field. Okay, you got it in politics. I've learned just locally. Yeah, you've got to have some experience. But you got to be able to hold on to the factors that the people are your boss, and you better be listening to them, and you better be listening to both sides because you're not there to do one side or the other. You're there to make the country work for everybody.
There you go. There you go. Nicely said. While we go to break really fast here, we're going to go to Hitch and Post Pizza to grab a piece of pizza. Tell you what, there's lots of variety. You always, if you are from Estacada, if you don't know about Hitch and Post by now, you are under a rock, and we want to get you out from under a rock to go downtown and visit Hitch and Post Pizza. Until then, we're going to show you what it looks like right now. How's she gonna do it? Hi, everybody! Hey, I want to read you this. Joel said something earlier and said the migrants are being taken care of. And so I want to let you know that they are being taken care of in dormitory-style spaces at the JBCC with separate spaces accommodating families and individuals. They won't be separated. They will have access to services, including legal health care, food, that hygiene kits, and crisis counseling, according to the Baker's office. So that's kind of the lowdown on that story. It's still unfolding.
Yes, of course.
I think it's going to be a midterm talking point, as it should be.
Exactly, and this is why you get these guys out of there. Something said earlier said, according to INA section 212,
I saw that.
Alpha 6 Echo or A6E, alien smuggling is when a person knowingly, quote, encouraged, induced, assisted, abetted, or aided, unquote, another person, quote, to enter or try to enter the United States, quote, end quotes, in violation of law. Well, what they did was not that, because they were already in the country.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and there were certain resourcing they had received, right? They had received pamphlets and things of Martha Vineyard, where to find those supports that they needed. They were given. Wait.
I didn't hear about that.
Stipends. Yeah.
They were given stipend, and they were giving resources where the resources are in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. You might want to check that out for accuracy.
If they actually did, I mean, that's even worse for the Democrats because it shows they had resources. And they kicked them out of there.
Yeah. I mean, this story is so up in the air, too. But
it wouldn't surprise you if they did give them something saying this is where you can get
this is where you can get. But some of the migrants are getting together a task force to sue DeSantis as well, which is kind of interesting. I can go off on a tangent with that, so I think I'll stay right there.
So
you're going to go off on a tangent about that.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't go.
No, you know where we're going to go with that. The dichotomy there. Yes. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are at right now with lawsuits, at least rumors of lawsuits. And
I'm just curious how someone who's not a U.S. citizen.
Wait a second. But brother, I got to tell you something. Here's an epiphany on the show.
Oh, what you got?
Okay, the governor of Texas. Right. Now, here goes. The governor of Texas had been busing, if you will, migrants to Washington, D.C., Chicago, Boston, and all those things. And there was no, and I'm not suggesting this, but there were no legal things thrown around. Mm-hmm. But you sent them to Martha's Vineyard, 50. Mm-hmm. Then there's all legal issues happening around. Of course,
they disrupted their slumber out there. Their sacred place.
Yeah, this is not a new thing. This has been happening, and Biden's been doing it.
It's a hypocrite sanctuary. That's what I call the show. It's Hypocrite Sanctuary. Yeah. It's a sanctuary of all the hypocrites in the U.S. up there.
What it is a sanctuary for you, but not for you, but not for you, but for you, for you.
It's sanctuary for the elitist. And their sanctuary was penetrated. They're coming over the wall.
Did you see some memes? There's some crazy memes about this, where the Obamas, they're standing outside. Do you remember them with their little AK-47s? It's so weird.
But you know what? You're actually the thumbnail for today was actually something you inspired. Do you know that?
Oh, I bet you I know what it is.
Today. Yeah, you know exactly what it is.
Was it the wall with Martha's Vineyard sign behind it? Build the wall in Martha's Vineyard now, accordingly.
They're going to build the wall there.
They're building the wall.
They're coming over the wall!
They're coming over the wall! It's all good until you start.
I always love when they argue about the wall. I'm like, do you lock your doors? Yeah.
This would have been an amazing photo op for Oprah. If she would have just been on the alley.
You get a house.
And you get a house. Everybody. This could have been, they would have held her as queen.
Yes. But instead, she booted him out and said, oh my God, humanitarian crisis. You know what a humanitarian crisis is? What happened over in Haiti after all the natural disasters down there? That was a humanitarian crisis.
Well, here's one. Pulling troops out of Afghanistan and leaving these people to fend for themselves.
That's illegal. That is immoral. That is a humanitarian. That's every type of crisis.
Yes.
Use the toilet paper.
You still.
Hey, actually, speaking of that, don't we have a survey out on our website where you can go and it says, should Biden be impeached for how he handled Afghanistan?
Yes.
So far, I looked at it right before we came on here, and it looked like 60% or 70%, 60% I think, were saying yes, and 40% were no at the time. And it's been growing on the yes quite a bit.
I think just by the fact of health issues, it's getting to the point where when you have to walk back your statements after they're said, there's something there.
Well,
There's something there. I'm not even talking about the man's ability to govern. I'm talking about health issues. I'm not a doctor. I'm not claiming that, but he's up in age.
What is it? It's Article 26 or 22. I forget what the ones where you can actually remove the president from the office. And if he gets removed from the office, though, you might want to take Kamala with him, and then all the way down to down to Nancy Pelosi too, because otherwise you don't want any of those ones in charge.
Miss Clap Along, Miss Seal.
Get out.
Yes. For the midterms, I can't wait.
Shh.
Oh, that was her too.
Yeah,
she was the clapper and the terror of the.
By the way, I believe it was illegal. I believe that actually it was illegal for them to do that. There's been argument back and forth, but I'm siding with it was illegal.
It was short and poor taste.
Yeah,
I don't care how much you don't like him. You don't tear up the man's speech in front of him after, in front of everybody. That was a stunt. You want to talk about a stunt?
Yeah, you want to pull a stunt. There you go.
That was a stunt right there.
Jim already says 25th Amendment, Section 1, in case of the removal of the president from office or his death or resignation, the vice president shall become president. Like I said, but where's the one where you take out the vice president and the Speaker of the House? That's the amendment we need. That should make the 20.
In that case, let's keep Biden because we don't need Kamala because we don't even know where she is half the time. We do know where she is at her house entertaining migrants. Did you see that meme where she came out of the house? She goes, a building, and she goes, "That's my bus." But what she was meaning was when she was running, she saw the bus for the first time that they made for her. But they decided to splice everything together. She came out. She goes, "That's my bus," and then there was a bus that said migrants on the side.
The memes coming out of the Martha's Vineyard one is absolutely just amazing.
It is.
I mean, I'll say for the hypocrisy makes for some great political jokes.
It's the hypocrisy, I think.
The memes galore. Whenever Joe Biden opens his mouth or Kamala opens her mouth, it's like the memers, the people that make the memes. No, you're laughing. The people that make the memes, they just like.
Yes. I was just waiting. It took like an hour for the memes to come out, right? Yeah. Oh my God.
I do believe that we should have rightly believed that we certainly believe. That was Kamala Harris's quote.
And that makes all the difference.
Everybody's agreeing. Jay Simmons says Biden's administration is guilty of aiding illegal migration and should be impeached and charged for that crime. I'll settle for just getting him out and putting him in the old folks' home.
You served your terms.
They're actually asking him. He's talking a little bit about running for another term. The man has 30% approval rating.
That's when you know there's something going on upstairs. When you think on 30% approval rating, you can make it back in. There are miracles. They can always rig these elections.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always rigging happening. Yes.
So we're at the end of the show, man. Do you have anything profound you want to say?
Profound. I was, guys, just watch, listen, observe, and then speak. There. Watch, listen, observe, speak. Because as this story unfolds, more is going to come out.
You know what? I have nothing to say. That was profound.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll see you guys for Ranger Games here in about 15 minutes. Take care. See you next week. We're going to